Let's get started, not just quite yet, but in a few seconds. Hello everyone. Quick intro today, I was a bit late. Hello everyone, let's get started. First things first, I have no financial interests, I have no sponsored links, and I don't want no donation, please. Sorry for that. I'm still a bit, my throat is still not so nice to me, so I'm excusing already now if I have to cough on and off. I will not be doing live streams on the 24th of December. I may be doing a live stream on 26th in German that I don't know yet. We will see how it develops here with friends and family and stuff. Right now we don't have plans, so maybe I'm having a live stream, but most likely it'll be anyway not populated by too many people. Then in the week from the 6th to 11th in January, I will be in the mountains. In that week there will be no German and no English live stream, and I will tweet about that also, and I will repeat it in the coming videos. I have no program today, so basically maybe I hope we can have a nice Q&A, how it's written in the title. Well, Mike Palumbo, my vacation started 2nd of December, but I'm at home. Right, today we received family from Brazil, from my wife, her daughter, the daughter of her daughter, and the son of her sister is also here. He has never been abroad so far and has never seen mountains and snow, and they're all doing pretty well. It was quite hectic once they arrived, also with Luna, our dog. And we also received new furniture in our sleeping room today. And then they went shopping, like for groceries, for about an hour and a half or so. And I took a nap, and I slept so well in the new bed. Unbelievable. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me, because there is someone asking hello. Can you hear me? Looks fine. Do we need to pay for this? Yes, you need to pay attention. Heute im Traueroutfit? Nein, kein Traueroutfit. Hi Konstantinos Monoios. Hello Peter. Peter Korbe, it's not just the lowest price point this year, I think Richard said it's the lowest price since 2017. Well, Gaura, I'm pretty sure since about April or so, I'm saying 4 digits once we hit high value transactions. And I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty soon. Exactly, relax. And I mean, I cannot really explain it, but my gut feeling tells me within the next 2 months we will see quite some price action. So roughly until middle of February. Four digits, yes. I mean, though, please don't despair. I mean, the only thing I'm wondering actually about this low price is, I mean, many people have been trying to explain dropping and dropping and dropping, that they're basically trying to get the people out of the market. I mean, I will maybe be doing an analysis of ledger exposed tomorrow, but the last analysis I did, the problem is you cannot do it so well if you only do it after a few months, because he kind of reallocates the levels. Sometimes he splits certain levels into 2 or 3 new levels, and so it's not just super easy task to do. But the last time I checked, I had the impression that basically the overwhelming majority of the coin holders had more coins than the one time like the last time the previous time I checked, which basically contradicts or does. I mean, if it's really their strategy to fear investors away, then they're doing really a bad job. I mean, like, everyone on Twitter is buying more the more it drops. Pierre, fantastic. It's actually quite simple to be calm. I mean, I don't want to neglect that it doesn't piss me off still being in the red. My average price is higher than 40 cents, so you can imagine where I am. I'm like 50% in the red. But when I told many times the story how I got into crypto at all, into XRP in special, and to me it's so crystal clear that this will be a huge success. I don't have any doubt. MoneyGram interview, I mean, we knew that stuff already. I mean, I was at Swell and he basically explained more or less the same stuff there. Going a Jekyll, how do you mean the Fed will change their payment system and the SBI too? I mean, internal or domestic payment system I'm anyway not interested in. As long as they're RTGS, real-time gross settlement systems, let's assume there is a connection from RippleNet to the European area. Whatever new system EU comes up with, it'll be right away connected to RippleNet anyway. I'm really not worried about those kind of things. And to your question, going at Jekyll, who will make these high value transactions? Banks. I mean, I can just refer to my video about the target 2 transaction analysis. Swift, I did recently at least a rough analysis of Swift. I think the average transaction there is like 500,000, if I remember, or a bit less, maybe 350,000 or so. And they have roughly 200 transactions per second. Like they process about 15 million transactions per second. But no one could actually tell me if such a message, and they're talking about messages, if such a message is from start to end, or if it's like a new message on every hop in the intermediary banking chain. This is something no one really, I mean, all my interesting questions, there's not once an answer. Seriously, Dave Stegen, not a few more years. Seriously not. I'm 100% sure that it will not be years. I mean, do you really think they would continue? I mean, for about 2 years now, all those banks and central banks and other global regulatory institutions, whatever, like IMF, World Bank, BIS, they do not name XRP. Yet in many of those, I don't know, explanations we know they're basically talking about XRP. Do you really think they can hold the report a year longer? I don't think. I mean, there is so many. The longer it takes, the higher the risk that there are leaks. I mean, as can be seen by all those riddlers and stuff. I mean, yes, Ian Garcias, once the price is high, it will stay there. Frank Sparano, actually I think it's the other way around. That the new custodian laws, like it will happen 1st of January in Japan, in EU, and I think, but I still don't have a confirmation on that, in US as well, most likely in other countries, that will for sure open new corridors. Because then the potent market makers, the banks, which literally have billions or at least hundreds of millions to do a job in the market making area, then they can do whatever they need to do to keep that liquidity happening. That's basically what I think. By the way, did you guys realize that even though we never heard about Russia ruble corridor, and I talked to a guy at, I don't remember his name, some Russian name, at Swell, and he's from Russia, and he said, well, basically crypto is kind of, I don't know, prohibited in Russia. There is basically literally nothing crypto exchanges and something. But nevertheless, someone seems to have detected ODL transactions via ruble. Quite interesting. Nova, everyone wish we bought now and not months ago. I mean, but you never know. I mean, if that's really the case, that they want to drive out the weak hands, I'm 100% sure they would see a rush into XRP now, and then it would drop to 5 cents or so. Because that if that's really the case for the drop, I mean, I have literally no other explanation. Why would a coin with a utility, a proven utility, drop in price? It literally makes no sense. And the more it drops, the more sure about Chain Alice I am. Lambi, that's another way to look at it, that they actually want enough people around the world to hold XRP. I mean, sorry, that would actually help liquidity. Hold on, I'm quickly texting my wife for a coffee. Obrigado. That was quick. Actually, I told her before the live stream. So it's a cold one, but it'll hopefully keep me boosted anyway a little bit. Where was I? My wife. Well, Nova, those regulations I'm waiting for are actually happening, which is allowing banks to hold crypto assets in custody, which actually will make it possible for them to play market maker roles. That's what I don't say that XRP as such needs regulation, but in order for XRP to be totally liquid, and I think I'm close to make a video on liquidity. I think I figured now how I can explain it. I just need to rethink it once or twice, but most likely this week I will bring a short video, 2-3 minutes, and try to explain what liquidity means, particularly for XRP. Frank Sparano, I literally don't, and I mean, could be related to the new custodian law introduced in all countries, but as a matter of fact, the price should surge now, not drop. So I literally have no clue what's happening. Treasure map, I don't follow CKJ. Literally no. BF, that's what they're waiting for. The weekends to shake out. That's why we have to stay strong. Yes, Roger Sammy. For me, that's literally, I'd say the last remaining piece in the puzzle. I mean, when we're talking about those high value transactions, I received a year ago from quite an annoying guy several questions. Actually, it was always the same question, but he asked several times, and my answer always was the same. He was asking who will buy XRP on the other side. And I always said market makers, but whom those market makers actually are, I don't know. I had about a year ago, a bit more than a year ago, a hunch that it could be the CLS banking group, those top tier 1 banks which basically make up the Nostro accounts today. The only difference between old and new would be that they wouldn't have whole Nostros in the other country. Basically, they would buy crypto, also XRP in that case, in their country where they're in. And that way they could actually buy those XRP in the value of hundreds of millions dollars. Because someone needs to buy that at the other end. If there is no one who can buy that, we're doomed. And I mean, even if MoneyGram did all transactions worldwide via XRP, that'll be like 0.1% of the transaction of the value of the amount of value actually needed for the high value transaction. So that wouldn't help at all. There needs to be some absolutely potent market makers, and this custodian law will enable them to do that. Now I have to check where I was saying. Kevin Patterson, you're funny. Umbilical cord. What is the translation for umbilical? Beruhigungstee. Oh. I mean, I cannot. I told it last week I think in both live streams. Since now it's about 2 weeks maybe. For my wife, maybe a month. And actually we talked, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, when we went to sleep. I asked her, my wife, about her feeling in XRP, why she's not like worried anymore. Before she was always kind of worried that we would lose money. And since about a month she kind of lost that worry, even though she has, I mean, if I say she has no clue, then that's not fair to her, because she has more clue than many others do. But I mean, compared with us who are really into that, she literally has no clue what's going on. And yet she's a very sensitive person. I mean, she has a, I don't know. We usually, my wife and myself, we call it circunvolunções. It's a Portuguese word, and it basically means, how can I explain that in English? The paths in a life may be not always straight, but even if you think, oh no, such an obstacle, such a high mountain to cross, or such a high long river or whatever, or water or forest to cross, I cannot do that. But you have to do it because it's on your way, and then you go, and then something, I don't know, I wouldn't call it miracle, but something happens which makes it actually worth that you went through that whole thing. And sometimes you can kind of feel those, I don't know, vibrations or so. My wife has a really good thing for that. And the last 2 weeks, those new custodian laws coming up, more riddles kind of suggesting that the price will soon go to all-time highs. The connection between those custody laws and my hunch that basically I think it can only be those CLS banks making the market maker rules for those $100 million payments. And there is like many other little pieces coming together in the past few weeks and days, which I cannot name now, but my feeling is it won't take long anymore. That's, I don't know. Since I'm invested, I was never so calm than I am now. Totally. XRP, because they don't have that amount of liquidity, and even if they would be used only via multi-hop, they cannot be used by banks via multi-hop. That's a question I addressed to Navin Gupta as well. If those remittance companies could be used by banks for multi-hop, and he basically denied. He said no, a bank must have a bank for multi-hop. Exactly, the collective unconscious, maybe we can call it like that. I mean, ask yourself, looking at the price, one could really get, I don't know, nervous, or, I don't know. I literally, since the first few weeks when I invested, I had the luck that XRP soared, basically right after my first investment. And getting that kind of, I don't know, it's a bit a stupid image, but that kind of got me addicted. I was kind of turned on by that feeling. And since then I don't know, how is that term called when a drug addict is not on drugs, then he goes through these hours of cold sweat and stuff. This, I think it's cold, something with cold maybe. That's basically what we're experiencing since early 2018, this dieser kalte Entzug in German. Can you still hear me? There is no comment. Yeah, no, it's difficult to not be disappointed. The catalyst geo, I said it before, will be high value transactions. Cold turkey, thank you, Toreti and Jen Gracias. that's basically our sentiment. We're all on cold turkey. Many of us have experienced this all-time high in end of 2017, and since then we're actually wanting that to come again. Can you imagine after 2 years of cold turkey, you get your next shot, and it will be like not really the golden shot, but close to that. I mean, I don't want to imagine how I'd feel. Yeah, and Evans, that's what many think, and it's basically my main theory, that there will be a sudden increase. I mean, come on, if Galgitron were correct and ODL did drive or at least maintain price stable, would be at 27 cents or so. But Galgitron's theory miserably failed. Herlambi, I said that before, maybe it was even you. I mean, I'm also pissed. If I'd buy now, I'd had like, I don't know, twice as much XRP, because I'm 50% in the red in average. Or now when it keeps dropping, maybe even more. But I mean, that's the problem with investments is that if you knew when there is the bull market would be I don't know, instead of 100% rise, it would maybe be 5% rise, because everyone would basically pre-anticipate that. Okay? That's the only reason that there can be a bull market, that we do not know. Everyone gets hit by a surprise, and then it moves. And in, I mean, if we did know the future, then we could have earned already in the meantime quite some money. Maybe not thousands of times, but at least, I don't know. I mean, we could have all gone short on XRP in January 2018. That will also make like a factor 10 or so. But we don't know. That's the risk we're taking. Ralph Raymond, I think it comes with 1st of January, this whole Japan thing with SBI. I think they're just waiting for this new law kicking in. I mean, we still don't have news about SBI VC actually being live. There's no volume. I cannot believe we still don't see any volume coming from there. I mean, they have, I don't know. Jack S, no, we will not care as much anymore at $500 per XRP. Levelin Graylin, yes. I remember your deal, but maybe I have to make a screenshot too, because I didn't remember actually it was you. Do you have the same nickname on Twitter so that I can contact you? Level and railing. Guys, don't look at the price. I'm really okay. I'm also checking, I don't know, 10 times a day. The thing which I don't understand about the XRP price is I wake up in the morning and then it's like, I don't know, 0.5% in the green or 0.5% in the red or more or less in the green or red. But then usually it kind of sticks that way all day long. And then there is, maybe sometimes even for days, it kind of sticks on that almost very same level. How can it be that all of a sudden it drops 5%? That's something I totally don't understand, unless it's manipulation. I mean, I'm not following. I mean, you couldn't even know that because such a transaction won't happen on ledger. It will happen on an exchange, which is not a non-ledger transaction. So you will basically have no idea who has been selling. But I mean, and something else I want, while we're talking about manipulation and of the price and stuff, I don't know if it was a follower of mine or someone on Twitter, but I remember that guy posted a story which went like that. I give you an example. The price is at 20 cents, trying to increase to maybe 21 cents. And then he puts a sell order at 21 cents, and almost at the moment when the sell order is going to execute, there is coming additional sell orders below, like at 19 cents or so. And his sell orders basically at this little bit higher price is never really being executed, and he kind of experienced that a few times in a row. And for me, that's kind of manipulation. The only thing I don't understand is, I mean, as long as you're not spoof trading and wash trading, I mean, as long as those trades really are executed. No, let me rephrase. As long as they're executed, those trades, and they're not spoof or wash trades, then all is fine. But that means that someone is making a loss there. Like, I mean, who would sell at such a low price? I don't get it. Would any one of you sell at 17 cents now? I wouldn't. There must be some idiots who do that. And this is something everyone is wanting for a high. As long as there is no one selling at such a low price, the price won't drop. The price only drops if there is a seller. I mean, I can make an offer at 10 cents and to buy at 10 cents, and that offer won't be executed. But if going a jackal is stupid enough and actually offering a sell at 10 cents, I buy his XRP and then the price is at 10 cents. So which idiot is selling at that price? That's something. Everyone is waiting for price rise, and yet there are idiots selling. This is something I don't get. that it's like so long kind of stable and then it drops like a stone. Motivationsspritze, Manuel. Schau mein Video wieder an von vor 2 Wochen. Well, maybe those manipulators are I don't know, those guys. I literally also, I don't see the purpose of dropping the price. It just makes it freaking easier for people to buy XRP. I mean, what are they trying to do? There's so many good news, and okay, there's still the haters of XRP, but the majority of the investors are so pro XRP. Why would they want the price to drop? All those invested just buy more. Just don't. Also I don't know, Manuel is telling that not just XRP is dropping, but when I check my watch list on eToro, what the fuck, minus 10%. Oh, others are dropping too, eh? Scheiße. Bitcoin holds best. Maybe I buy more now. I don't know. Damn it. Oh, actually, I mean, I said it in the past. I basically have enough XRP, and even though, like, I don't know, Ian something mentioned it before, it's a pain in the ass knowing that one could have bought like 2 times more XRP at the same price in a few weeks or very little few months. You will be laughing about that. You will have pity for everyone not buying XRP at whatever price before. It literally. That's. I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. "14 coins are only in the green." Da schmunzelt er noch. Yeah, so I mean, there is, I say it again, there is nothing to despair. Since about, I don't know, 3 to 4 months, it hardly doesn't hurt anymore when I see the price drop. But since I have this very, very strong good feeling since, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago or so, it doesn't hurt at all anymore. I literally just have a smile for it. Then be. From whom will they buy? Nazario Parisi. Not from me, I won't sell any to them. Which XRP investor would sell them any? Like when we look at Ledger Exposed and and we know that, I don't know, 2 or 3 wallets are from Bitstamp. Then one is the public wallet, most likely, and the other one might be kind of a cold wallet or something, where they have some stash for their own. But as far as I understood, they're not even allowed to, those XRP, the institutions, whomever it was, were bought from Ripple via OTC. They are not allowed to sell it just like that. It's for them to make sure the XRP is liquid. I mean, let's say Bitstamp has $1 billion, not from us investors, like in addition on top of that. This $1 billion they cannot sell. They need to ensure that that's the kind of the guarantee that the high value transactions can be dealt with. They cannot sell that. I literally want to know who is selling them. Who? No freaking idiot is selling at 17. I'm not. But there must be. Nature Not, you're almost quite right. The problem is the amount of value being transacted via XRP will exceed this, how do you call it, this supply available, like 100 or 1,000-fold. That's the reason why I strongly believe that 3 digits just won't cut it with high value transactions. It just won't cut it, because there isn't this overabundant supply available. It just isn't. Manuel, du bist gut. Julian Balatoni, forget about total market cap. I have watched my videos about market cap. There I basically explained. I have one video about market cap where I explain it pretty simple. There is 10 coins and each of those coins costs $1. So market cap is $10. And now I come and offer, and 10 people have each one of those coins. Now I come and I definitely want to have one of those coins. I buy one of those coins from one of those 10 people for $2. So the new money coming in is $1, but market cap has doubled from $10 to $20. Market inflow wasn't $10, it was just $1. Please understand that, and this relation can actually be even worse. I mean that the difference in market cap is, or like the ratio of the market cap increase or decrease to the new money coming in doesn't need to be factor 10. It can be factor 100. It always depends on the amount of coins being bought or sold. It literally has no, you cannot conclude that when market cap drops 100 billion, that $100 billion left the market. That's totally not correct. That'll be like the same, like you'd say all Apple stock holders together have invested 1 trillion. That's not correct. There are certain, like the core Apple stockholders, Steve Wozniak and all those guys who are from the early days stockholders, who still today altogether maybe have about 20% of the Apple stock. They basically got it for free or at a super low price. The total volume of Apple stock traded every day is, I don't know, maybe 1% or so or less of the total available shares. It's nothing. You cannot do that comparison. Butterfly trader, they cannot release XRP from escrow. Only 1 billion per month. It's algorithmically enforced. Nature, you have no clue. This overabundant supply, the 50 billion in escrow, that's 1 billion per month they release, and in December the whole escrow went back to escrow basically. Not one XRP was sold, and even if we had 100 billion, the total amount of XRP not in escrow, it'll still not be overabundant. We have a market, the total addressable market of cross-border payments of 5 trillion. And if you now come with the argument that you can use XRP every 3 seconds, then sorry, then I call you a freaking idiot. And I'd request you to leave my channel, because I don't stream for idiots. Within 5 years, Frank Sparano, I just told Andresa, the daughter of my wife, that I'm pretty sure that by the end of 2025 we're at 5 digits. This is still dropping, 12%. Fucking hell, 17 cents. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I totally have compassion with your negative feelings. I mean, just say sorry. Just stay strong. Just stay strong. Pegu, I mean, I totally see where we're going. Okay, I mean, not right now. It really could. I mean, this, I don't know, Crypto Hawk or whoever his name was. There was one or two people who kind of proposed it'll go down to 16 cents, and at that time I guess I wouldn't agree. But now seeing it at 17 cents, I mean, I could imagine that it drops actually even further, but I'm not it cannot today I miss all the words. It cannot shake me. I will have a drink thereafter too, but not for the shock, just for the. I'm so relaxed. I'm totally. Okay, guys, we're coming close to an hour. Last question. Otherwise, I will close for today. Mostly, we're anyway not talking about the open question. It seems like everyone is kind of, I don't know. Maybe today the price action was a bit more important for you guys to talk about, but could as well be that basically the main thing is understood by you guys, and that's basically what I wanted to do with my channel, to educate you about where we're going. And please don't what's the word? Keep focused on that. That's the other way I could phrase it. Keep focus. I mean, I literally have no doubt that by 2025, by the end of 2025, we actually could see 5 digits. And I just can recall the bell curve. There cannot be an adoption curve doesn't go like that. It's always a normal distribution. Okay? And we are now on the uptake, and this uptake, this 30% in this first huge uptake part will happen quickly. Now let's check if we have a question I can answer, and otherwise no question. In that sense, I think that was the last. Maybe on 31st I also won't make a live stream. I'm actually realizing, because it's a week after Christmas, and on Christmas I'm not doing live stream. On 31st for sure I will also not. So that was basically the last live stream in English this year. In German I will definitely have a live stream on Thursday, and maybe on the 26th. Keep hodling, stay strong, stay focused, don't despair. XRP is a totally different beast, and it will bring each and every one of us financial freedom. Butterfly trader, 4 digits soon. And with that, I wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Please follow me on Twitter at ipinky77. Leave me a comment in my videos. or in the spreadsheet. If you have questions, please don't despair. Stay tough. Maybe I will do a motivational video before the end of the year to get you at least some additional motivation. Stay strong. Thanks for your persistence and trust staying with me. Keep doing that with XRP as well. Bye bye. See you next year.